So our guiding question for today is up on the screen. This is what we're trying to do today. So we're thinking about how can we use our creativity and what we've learned about how light travels, what we know about reflection, and what we know about intensity to design a lighting system for the inside of a tomb. That's a really big challenge. It's a combination of a lot of things. What do we already know that's going to help us today? Zachary, give me one.
Reflection.
So we're going to use what we know about reflection. We're going to use
what we know about intensity.
what you know about intensity. You're going to use your creativity. And the fourth thing?
How light travels.
What you've learned about how light travels. So you're going to combine all of those ideas, and what are you designing today?
Lighting system.
A lighting system for the inside of a tomb. Very good. Would you say that a system is a type of technology?
Yes.
Who can give a reason why they're saying yes? Why is a system a type of technology? Ayana?
Because you use it for things.
Right, and so the main idea behind a technology is that a technology is anything that helps you solve a problem, a solution to a problem. And so if our lighting system is solving a problem, then that makes it a technology. Good. All right, so we remember our tombs. We know that our goal, our criteria, is to be able to provide enough light, most intense light, to each of the hieroglyphs so that we can see each one most clearly. And the way that you know that you can see the hieroglyphs clearly is that you're able to see the details of the vulture hieroglyphs. Turn and tell the person next to you, what are the three ways that light interacts with a material?
They reflect, absorb, or through.
When light travels, bounces off a material, we call that, Madison? Reflection, good. When light can't go through, is stopped by a material, we call that, Carolee? Absorbed, good, or absorption. And if light goes through a material?
Transmission.
Transmission, nice job, Adiana. So looking up on the screen, we've got this organizer. And what do we call that cycle? Sean?
The engineering design process.
The engineering design process, right. And so we've already asked, or we've already seen how Omar asked his question and how he imagined and planned out his solution and how he created a lighting system to help with his performance. Did Omar in the story get a chance to improve it? No, because the first time they tried it was when the performance was actually starting. So you're going to get an extra opportunity beyond what we saw Omar do, because you are going to get a chance for improvement today.
Two things our lighting system needs to do: reflect light and make sure the hieroglyphs. Yeah, make sure that they're all like at a zero level, and then like make sure all the hieroglyphs are shown as bright as we can possibly make them.
The way light reflects on any reflective object.
Allow us to see the hieroglyphic or hieroglyph.
Well, some of the things we already know that like to help us in our lighting system. They travel in straight lines. Yeah. They reflect off glass or metal objects.
And that's good.
And how will you evaluate your lighting system? By the total price.
All right, now let's get into these materials. If you would carefully take the materials that are in the bag out. These are all the materials that are available to you to use. Your design might only use 2 materials, but several of those 2 materials. Your design might use 5 materials, but maybe only 1 of each. It depends upon what your group is imagining would work best. So we need to be thinking about how might you use these materials, how might you assemble them together, combine some of them together, how might you use them separately, how might you get them to best be able to complete your lighting system.
I don't think we should use a big one. We should like get 1 or 2 of those, and then like for like the small ones we can get like 4. No, because the small mirrors are $1 each. If we get 4 small mirrors, that's already $4. And if we get 2, that's only 8. That's $8. We're not going to spend that much money. That's a lot. That's a lot. And that's over $7, and that's like only a score of 1. We're trying to keep it low, not high.
Well, all right. So we can buy. All right. Look, we can buy one big mirror, and then we can buy one big mirror, and then one small mirror, and then maybe something less than 50 cents or 50 cents.
We can get 3 little mirrors, some tape, and maybe a popsicle stick.
You can put something on the floor of your tomb, so down into the box, and it can stand up or lean or however it's going to work. You can attach things to the walls of your tomb, and you can hang your part of your system from the ceiling. You're going to need to use the grid that's on the floor and that's on the ceiling to help you figure out placement if you're hanging something from the ceiling. So now that you've been thinking about what you might use and how much of it you might need, you need to draw right on this grid. Here's how we think we might set it up.
If we put one right here, and that's going to reflect on that one. So that means we can just put one
No,
right
because
here.
we don't need one from right here. Because the light source is already shining on A.
Okay, so
So A is fine. We just need to figure out And then I was talking about how.
we can just put a mirror right here. So that
No,
can
I was talking
reflect.
about how putting a mirror right
So
here,
actually, we only need 2.
right here, and so that the light from that's and then we can angle the light like this, so then the light will reflect off this mirror and go to C, and then we can put another mirror over here so it can go there.
Oh, that's why it's gonna come out to $340. So that's cheaper. That's less than $350, which we wanted to be at. So that's
And
the
if we need
highest.
to add anything, we can do that.
If we put one on the bottom, it will reflect. Well, it's gonna be here. Maybe if we put one on the bottom and have these big ones.
If you put a slanted one on the bottom, it would work. Because remember the first time you put it on the bottom, you didn't see it. So if you try to put a binder clip under it,
Yeah.
put it slanted, but you made it stay,
Uh-huh.
maybe that it would reflect off of it.
Reflect off of it, and then maybe. Yeah, because you see some things, and then having the other ones around it, maybe that would work too.
I like in lesson 4 that the students get some validation for their own ideas, and that I always try to reiterate that there's no one right answer, because a lot of students get really hung up on, well, what's the right way to do this? And I realize that if I divulge too much, I'm taking that experience away from them. So in lesson 4 rather, the groups of 3 is really a great way to work, because even if you have one student who doesn't feel as strong, you've got 2 there who are going to support them, and letting them choose their own groupings. They're going to pick some kids that they feel familiar with, and that the risk taking becomes less risky and more open, more familiar. If one child is off, the others will make up for it and say, no, we forgot to plan it out, or we forgot to, you can't go to plan and pick materials yet because we have to imagine what's going to work. And so with a group of 3, it's a good dynamic because they can kind of keep themselves in check.